Faith, this is Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Coach.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so last week you did say you were assuming you guys would get the 3rd seed, and here you guys are, number 2 seed, 2 byes. How great is that? And I guess how much of a difference does that make for the team physically, mentally, and everything to get that extra bye?
Well, it's definitely one of our goals this season to be finishing in a position where we can get the 2 byes. So for us to achieve it in dramatic fashion like that, I think was pretty exciting for the team. There's a little bit of whooping and hollering about that. But at the same time, we would have been ready to go if we had the 3rd seed as well. Obviously, we had some great success in being the 3rd seed last year, and so we understand that we just have to be ready to go for whatever our first game is and do our very best job at that stage. But we're excited about the 2 seed. Obviously, it's the first time in program history that we've been in that position, and we got a little bit of help from Long Beach State, which they've never helped us with anything ever. So we're pleased for that, and they can. We won't share our love to them too much if we have to see them down the road here.
Kind of talk about how big of a victory that was for you guys in Irvine, just mentally as well. You guys had struggled lately on the road, and you guys played one of your better games of the year.
I thought that the team's preparation the whole week was excellent. We had been disappointed with our defense in the previous week as far as mostly giving up rebounds, both to a very, very strong and talented Santa Barbara team that was probably playing their best game of the season against us when we played in 3rd place. And then Fullerton, which, really the ball just bounced the wrong way for us in that game. And that's a hard one to stomach because obviously we think we could have finished in the first spot as well. So, but there are things that happen for a reason, and if it got our attention to be better at rebounding the basketball and playing better defense, then we'll welcome that. I think we've definitely improved in that area, and we'll need to continue to improve in order to take out whichever team we face on Friday.
Is that difficult not knowing who you guys play until, the day before?
It is a little bit, but we are going to go down. Our staff will be there to observe the game on Thursday, and then we'll practice Thursday afternoon after we know who our opponent will be. But this week will be all about us taking care of Cal Poly and trying to be the very best opponent that we can be for our competition. And then hopefully we'll get enough reps of whoever we're supposed to face on Friday. Hopefully we'll get enough reps of their offense and things they do defensively on Thursday's practice.
Now's your time to praise Christina. Just kind of talk about your thoughts on her getting the Player of the Year award and how much she's meant to your team.
I am so excited. When I heard about it, I ran down the hall and let the coaches hear about it. I knew he was in class, so I left her a message as well. It's the first time for our program, and I couldn't be more pleased for the person who is representing Cal Poly in such a distinguished manner. Terrific kid, hard worker, so talented, and has a tremendous future, not just for next year's opportunity for Cal Poly, but beyond that. She'll have a professional career for sure, and it couldn't happen to a better person.
Hi, Coach. Still on Christina here. What does this mean for the program? First Player of the Year award for the program. What does that say about the development?
Well, hopefully it attracts some other top quality players like Santiago. Hopefully they'll see it as an opportunity that Cal Poly is one of the teams that they should be considering along with some other fine competition. I'm sure other people will be recruiting. So hopefully it opens some other doors for us as far as the future goes for recruitment.
And looking forward to the tournament. Last year ended not so great. How do you make sure that it ends well for your team?
Well, I think we have to play great defense. We have to certainly rebound the basketball. We have to make shots. We have to have team play. And with Santiago averaging basically a double-double, she's doing her job. We just have to have other people stepping up and hitting shots. And she's quite eager to have that happen for us. And in fact, she thrives on that opportunity when the whole team is playing well and she doesn't have to do every single thing on the court. So we're hoping that we get a lot of great play from the whole team. The game against Irvine, we had 5 players in double figures and had some excellent play off the bench as well. And for us to win, we're going to need that. Whether it goes to extra time or just our regular game with 40 minutes, we definitely need every single one of the team to make contributions for us.
Hey, Coach. Just one question for you. You don't have to go through the rigmarole of playing 4 games in the tournament, but you do have back-to-back. With your depth, I guess, being on showcase really all year, do you feel that gives you guys an advantage, and how big of an advantage?
Well, I think our depth has been critical for our success this year. Certainly, as I look back and reflect on the year, Fletcher's out, as you probably know, with a torn ACL and have surgery in a couple of weeks' time. Just last week, we went without Reeves, who we had nominated for the all-freshman team, and unfortunately, she wasn't able to play in that game, and hopefully we'll have her back this week. But our depth, I think, has been a strength for us the entire season. I look at our squad and the kids that we've lost, Irving, Wells, Allison, Fletcher, and those players could easily have started for us this year. So for us to have that kind of strength that's coming back next year is exciting, but I don't know that we would have lost a game in the league if we had all of our players with them being full strength. So that being said, having the depth that we have this year, when players are coming and going or just not coming back, we've been able to sustain some excellent performances because we have terrific players. I think the hard part, at least from a coaching standpoint, is when you have so much talent, how to keep all that talent happy. How do you keep a kid who's a CIF all-conference player happy with 5-10 minutes coming off the bench? That's a tribute and a credit, I think, to the players and their mentality, their focus, their commitment to winning a championship.